Hey, I'm Oliver. I'm the mechanic at Hope Technology. Today with Tredz, we're going to show you how to service a Hope hub. Also, there's not too many specialist tools needed to be able to service our hubs. So just to go through what I've got here, we've got the rubber mallet, we've got a generic punch there, and we've also got our bearing bush tools for our front and rear hubs. Now we're going to show the process of removing the bearings from a Pro5 rear hub from the hub shell and taking the Freehub body off. As we did with the front hub, we're going to start with removing the end caps, and for that, without marking the end caps, again using a rag and a pair of pliers, they'll just simply pull off the ends. All our hubs use the same idea with the end caps, apart from the quick release adapters on the front hub, which is a two-piece axle which threads together. Again, same process for the non-drive side end cap. Now I'm going to, again, just with the cloth, just grab that Freehub body firm, and then that will just disconnect. Inspect the Freehub body. With a Freehub, there is just one small 1mm spacer that sits between the Freehub and the main hub body shell. So when you're reinstalling that, you just want to make sure that's not dropped off, and you remember to put that back in between the two. Again, while you've got the Freehub body off there, it's just to inspect around your hubs, pawls and springs on the Freehub, making sure they're all intact, there's nothing broken there, and the bearing as well, just to check they're not gritty or any play, any rust. If needed, give it a clean if it's looking rusty or there's barely any grease on there. You don't need too much grease, just a simple line round will be sufficient, and then we can move on to the main hub body and remove the two bearings from there. Again, using the rubber mallet, just tap that axle down from the drive side. So now you can see that's just left the drive side bearing in there, and it has removed both the axle, non-drive side bearing and non-drive side seal. So that you can just take off by hand. If it's a little bit stiff, then you can just simply tap it off again, just with the rubber mallet there. That'll easily come off. And then we're just left with that drive side bearing, again putting it onto the hub support tool using your drift, and then just going to tap down onto that bearing, just one side and then on the opposite, so it goes out nice and square and doesn't damage the hub body. Okay, so now you can see everything is removed from the main hub body there. We're now going to fit new bearings into this hub. And first off, I'm just going to lightly push in the drive side bearing as far as I can by hand first, and then using the hub axle, slide that from the non-drive side up through and hold it in place through the bearing there. The two bush tools we've got here for our rear hub, you've got the short one and the long one. The short one is going to go in the non-drive side and slide over the axle like so, and then on the top there I'm going to use the larger outside diameter of the bush, slide that over the hub axle, hold the hub shell firm, and then just tap that down. They've gone in nice and square. Now you can see this stage, you've got the drive side bearing in. We need to put in the non-drive side bearing in next. So for that, we're going to turn the hub round. We're going to put that long bush back on, supporting the drive side bearing. By hand, just putting the drive side bearing there, and then again, using that shorter bush tool, holding the hub shell firm, gently tap. Okay, this point, you've got both bearings back in the hub shell with the axle, and we're now going to just simply put back in the non-drive side seal. You'll see you've got like a kind of a recess gutter edge which sits outboard in there. Just going to push that in. You just push that in by hand. It's nice and flush. If you're happy with the Freehub condition, if all that looks good, make sure you've also got your 1mm spacer washer. That sits, as I said before, that just sits between the Freehub body and the hub shell, so that goes on first there. And then we're just going to click that Freehub in. I'm just going to lift those 2 spacers off there for a moment and just seat those, just gently rotating it anti-clockwise so that's sat in properly. And then we've got the green seal next. Just going to slide over and just make sure that is properly clicked in to the recess evenly all the way around there, so there's no friction. And then finally, the black cover over the green seal just sits on over there. And then, so at this point, we've got everything on apart from the end caps. The non-drive end cap is the black one, usually, so that, again, just pushes on by hand. And then your silver one on the drive side. Okay, and that is all good. Thanks for watching. So that's just showing you a general service for both our front and rear hubs. If you like this content, then if you'd just like to like and subscribe for any future content. Thanks for watching.